Welcome back to another episode of First Use, and in today's video I'm going to go through inside forward 50 kicks. Over the course of the weekend, round 17 games in the AFL, there was a number of great inside deliveries, lowering their eyes, kicking it to the hot spot, kicking it to the favoured side. In these clips I'm going to run you through how the players were able to execute it, whether it was on the run, whether they got back off the mark, whether they changed their direction, their hips, their shoulders, all that sort of stuff. I'm going to run you through how they're able to execute it inside forward 50. It was great to watch, and how they execute it was even better to actually see the results. So let's get into the clips now. Okay, this is Paul Curtis from the Kangaroos. This is a great kick. There was a lot of great deliveries into Larky to set up his, I think it's 4 or 5 goals in the first quarter. But I love this. I love how it's on the run. He's got pressure from behind with Bontempelli. But the thing I love about this is he looks up, and then he also, the key to this, the key is identifying where the space is, where your man is. But also in this situation, if you want to hit to the fat side, he's got to make sure that there's no other Bulldogs coming and wrapping over. So normally sometimes that's the winger. On the non-side, the winger normally wraps around. So there's a lot to sum up very, very quickly. But most importantly, he has to kick it to the favoured side of his teammate. In this situation, it's Larky. And you can see all the numbers. So that's probably the winger there for the Bulldogs, rushing in. But Paul Curtis just needs to sum up where the space is, but more importantly, favoured side of his teammate. And there it is. It's a great kick. And the good thing about this too is the elevation. So it's not a flat kick. It's a bit of height. It's got some depth on it. So then the Bulldogs players are actually running back, and they've got their back to the play, but that's why it's such a brilliant kick. Lucky takes the mark, and then all Larky has to do is actually protect the space, which he does. He checks O'Donnell and then goes back. He knows where the fall of the ball is. So from the Carlton-Collingwood game, you can see there's the space. And the Carlton players are leading back. Really good work here from Curnow. So he's summing up. He's having a look at what the other players are doing. But the timing of this is really, really important. Williams has got his back to the play at the moment. So he's facing the other way. So it's all about timing. So when he gets back off the mark, now Charlie Curnow's got his vision now is towards the kicker. You can see his head there has turned. So really good timing. So it's about the awareness. So you don't want to make the lead when the player's got his back to the play. You want to make sure that he's coming back off the mark, but he's also facing towards the goals. And this is a great kick. This just puts Charlie Curnow into the space. He gets back, and it's just a dinky little kick for him to come into. Takes you out in front. So really good awareness to come back off the mark, face the goals, not have your back to the goals, but face the goals, get back, get your momentum, but just chip it into space. Mychak, I'm a big fan. He is such a good player up forward. He's a big brute, takes contested marks, but his work rate is unbelievable, but also his foot skills. So this is a half volley, so picks it up super clean. Unbelievable clean. Now he's looking inside forward 50. But the thing I love about this kick is it's flat. So it needs to get there with purpose. It's not a loopy kick that allows the defenders to come off and be able to spoil it. It's a flat, super penetrating, really effective kick to Hoskin Elliott. So you can see here, he can see the space here. But what is also unfolding is another Carlton player coming into the... So if Mychak was to pop that up into the area, yes, at the moment you got 2-on-1, but you bring in another defender. But because he hits it really flat, inside forward 50, doesn't go towards goals, because this is where all the numbers are for Carlton, he just hits it really flat, and it's a great kick. And then you can see the other, but it's too late. Because the kick is so flat, and it's just to the favoured side too. That's the most important thing. It's over the defender's head, and because it's flat, he eliminates this player. So it's such a great kick. A good mark by Hoskin Elliott. So you can see, and I love the pickup, but then also split second to actually identify where the space is. brilliant play by Myercheck. This all round was just super good. So this Callahan's got the ball. That's Toby Green. So the connection from it came coming this way into the Eagles forward line, and then Wooshka, they got it out this way. So the Giants really, really effective. But I love this. I love the angle that Toby Green's been playing for obviously a while now, but he's in the vision of the kicker. Really good. Love that. A good kick there, but this is really critical. So Stringer ends up getting it, so you can see where the space is, identifying where the space is to lead into. But watch what Toby Green does here, which is really, really important, which actually makes this connection actually happen. So if Toby comes off the mark with his back to the play, this particular inside forward 50 doesn't happen. But what he does, he goes back, facing the goals. So really important. But the other thing I love about this is he uses his opposite side. So he knows that if he's to go on his right foot, it sort of forces him that way. But what he can do, because he's so skillful, to go on his left, he can hook it around that way. And all he has to do is drop it into space. So he just allows Stringer to come into that area. Little dinky left footer on the opposite, bang. Really great kick, great connection, good synergy with the forward, and really good execution from Toby Green. So Caddy gets this one, and Dersma does the right thing, goes back off the mark, doesn't want to go to the skinny side, but the way he kicks this in the air is really, really awesome. He kicks it to the top of the square, top of the goal square. So Dersma gets back, and they're folding back. The Suns players, there's one-on-one there, so they're trying to block the space. But I love what Dersma does here, and I love what Caddy does to be able to have that synergy. So there he is, he's pointing. Go, kick at the top. It's also right, big 2-metre Peter's pointing as well. But the kick is great. It's not flat, it gives a bit of elevation, gets the Suns defenders a bit nervous, and then it allows Caddy just to go for it. So it's a brilliant kick to the hot spot. He gets back, and just look at the elevation of that. Great kick, and it just allows Caddy to run and jump on it. So it's a perfect kick, good elevation. It's not flat, gives him time and space to run and jump at it. So it's a really good kick, and I love that inside forward 50, the hot spot. This is a great kick. This is a flat kick, but this is also being lateral to the contest. So you notice that the Myercheck one, Hoskin Elliott, it was lateral to the ball, and this is another example of being lateral to the ball. So this is Took Miller. So he's heading inside forward 50. So just waiting to see what unfolds. But the synergy here to understand that Flanders is a right footer, and right footers come that way. He's not a left footer. If he's a left footer, he's going to go back out towards the boundary in most occasions. That's generally what. But Took Miller sums it up perfectly here, knowing that Flanders is the right footer, and he's lateral to the contest, which is really important too. So it makes the kick easier. So that's what you're trying to do if you're receiving inside forward 50. You're trying to make it easier for the kick. You don't want to put it on different angles, and I'll show you one with Graham Myers, which is outstanding. But that's the skill level that he's at. But you also want to make it a bit easy for the kick. And so that's what Took Miller does. He knows he's a right footer. All of a sudden he puts his hands up. He knows he's free. And great work by Flanders to lower his eyes and just kick inside forward 50. So I love that play. It's the understanding of knowing whether your teammate is a right or left footer and getting in the position for them to kick it to. This is the Graham Myers one. This is awesome. So that's Graham Myers. He kicks it out. A great awareness to kick into the space for close. So really good kick. Good field. Such a great field kick. He's brilliant to watch. But then he runs on. And you would think in this situation, Graham Myers run this way because he's a right footer. But because he's so skillful, he can go anyway. So he goes towards the Behringer line. But the synergy here is just elite. So they eliminate the defender. So really good hands from close. Doesn't give it too early. He gives it close enough, pardon the pun, to eliminate that defender. But this is what I love about Graham Myers. So his chest and his hips are facing in this way. But because he's so skillful, because he can kick across his body, do you think Jeremy Cameron knows that? Of course he does. And look at this kick. Look at that whack. And look at the angle. So what I was saying previously about making it easier for the kicker, but knowing the strengths and weaknesses of your teammate. And that's exactly what Cameron's done. He's led to that area because he knows that Graham Myers can hit that. So you've got to sum up. You've got to understand the strengths and weaknesses of your teammates, and that's what he does. And it's an unbelievable kick, inside forward 50. Just great kick from Graham Myers, and no wonder, Jeremy Cameron and Close and all the other forwards in the when Graham Myers is coming, he'll find you. He's got such great lateral awareness. It's brilliant to watch. This is awesome too. So this is talking about laterally, being lateral again. So what a game by Wangani Malira on the weekend. But this is identifying. So he's coming inside forward 50, and this is identifying and being square to your teammate. So being lateral, and this is what I love. So he's not sucking too far here. He's not trying to lead on passing lanes. He's not trying to go in this way. He's just basically setting himself. He knows that he's clear. And then look at that kick. That's just outstanding. It's brilliant to watch. So there you go. So if you'd like to see more of that, please comment below. If you want me to cover more, lowering the eyes or switch kicks from the back half, any of those sorts of stuff, let me know. But I just really loved some of the inside forward 50 kicks on the weekend from all the sides. There's just a snapshot of the ones that I sort of noticed and looked at, but it makes a big difference. When you're going inside forward 50, you've got to sum it up. And a lot of the clubs, like I've spoken in previous videos, a lot of defenders line up between where the player is that's got the ball and the goals. So kicking off the line is really, really important, and also lowering your eyes and putting into the favourite side of your teammate. So hope you enjoyed that video, a couple of snapshots of going inside forward 50 from the weekend of some of the teams.